Hello, my dear friend. Today's lecture is about static method. Static method is a special because you can call it without first creating an object of the class in which the method is declared. We must write code for this example, this challenge. Create class set_get, create instance variable fields, string name of geometric figure, cone, create instance variable fields for radius, length, height, slant height. Then for this instance variable field, create set and get method. Calculate surface and volume using this formula. Use method without instantiating an object of a class. Declare a static method, static field instance variable. If we type negative radius, length, height, slant height, convert to positive. Now we are going to create two class, setter and getter. Setter and getter. Here you can refactor if you like. Refactor, rename here to be setter. Refactor. Now here source new Java class main underscore setter and getter. Now let's make size more bigger here and here, and we can copy this because we need. Control C. Now here we must, in this class, this is the main class, here it's the class setter and getter. This is the name of this class, and now we are going to create the instance variable fields. Private static double. The instance variable fields, we have radius, length, we have height, slant height. Have we defined all? Yes, we do not have, and semicolon is the end of line of code. Listen, here you can define to write private static double radius, public private static double length, 1 by 1, to have 1, 2, 3, 4, to have 4 line of code separated. But I like to explain that you can use this private static double for all these 4 instance variable to declare all by one this you can write. Just I like to explain. Private static double radius, length, height, and slant height. This is the same. You can write the code in this format, or you can write with one line to declare all. I will comment this and I will use this now, and here we have declared static. Now we must create setter and getter to set and get the value. You can type alt and insert, or you can go click the right of the mouse and generate, and here is getter and setter, or you can go to code, here is generate, getter and setter, and control, and click all the method that you like to write the code here. But it is important that here the cursor to be here, because here it will be write the code. Go generate, setter and control, select this all. Now this it has created. Here can you see it's public static. When we use the keyword static, it means we have declared here as a field, or as a field. Now this is here is the parameter. When we use keyword public, it means that it will be accessed, this method, from author class. Void, it is not return anything. This is the name of the method. This is the parameter. This parameter, it will be assigned to this radius instance variable. This is the class. Can you see? It is the class. This is the instance variable. Now we are going to create and two methods to calculate. Is the method public static. If you don't use the static, it will be not accessed from another method if another method has not static. If you here, for example, if we have not write here static, we have here static, this method, it cannot be accessed each other if we need something static, because here, for example, here you can write public static void main. Here can you see here is static. Here if you have any method here created and this method is not it is not static, it cannot be accessed here this method. Remember, if you use static in all method, you must write static. Now public static, we are going to use double to return get area, parentheses and braces. And now we need the formula. Here is the formula. Control slash, do not execute here, this formula, double S, and here and something I have forgotten to do here in the setter method. Here sometimes we can make any error to give the input value from keyboard standard input to give the negative value. We know that the length all time must be the positive, or area must be positive, or volume to be positive. but we can convert to positive by using the mathematical operation absolute value. Math absolute, and here can you see, if we type here the parameter, this variable local negative, it will convert to positive, and it will be saved to this instance variable from this class that we have. And now we must do, where is setter? Here is setter, and here absolute setter, make positive slant math absolute, and here you can, this is one line of code, and it looks like good. Great. Now we double s variable math absolute math pi, its value multiplying get radius value. We can write here this is one line of code, get radius parenthesis get radius plus get slant height, and we do not have, and this is one line of code. Great. Now we have explained that when we use here public, it will be accessed from other methods. Public static double, and here remember, when you use double here, you must write return what it's going to return. It's return this s value, public static double volume of cone, and here formula we need. Where is the formula? Here is control slash we double, we make this here math, we must convert to absolute to convert if we have negative to positive, math pi multiplying get radius value, sorry, you can write this get radius, here we have in power of 2, it means that this radius you can write here get radius, it's multiplying to this basis, multiplying get height, here we have get height, and semicolon, end of the code. Here you can write, here can you see we have type 2 times this, can you see, you can write this multiplying these two, but I like more to use this form method. We can copy here, Control C. Here I like to do something else. here I like to use math power. Here is the base radius, this is the base, and this is the power exponential. It's 2 multiplying here multiplying by h, the high, get high, and here all, and here we have forgotten and something, that here all this must divide it by 3, and here all this, it must be divided by 3. Can you see? You can write here, this is the formula, this all, it will be calculated. After it's calculating this, it will be divided by 3, or you can write with here, you can you see this? This is the method. You can use whatever the method you like. Now let's return the v value. Code, reformat the code. We have and here. Now here is the main method. In programming, it is very important that to make many class separated the code, because when it is the code very large, it makes sometimes very difficult for debugging, and that is the reason to make the code many methods, many classes. It's very easy to maintain that code. Now I will create here in this main class one class I will create to setting the input values. Other class I will create for getting that value. And here in the main method, I will call the setter method, getter method, and I will explain later. Now, public static void, and here is the name setter. Setter I will name value, and here I will define. Can you see? This is the class, the name of class, and braces. This is comment. It will be not execute. After writing this class, immediately we are going to write the instance variable private. It means just it will be used in this class only. Private static, because we are creating the instance variable. Private static final. When we use keyword final, it means that value, it will be constant. It will not be changed, that value. Private static final scanner, the variable of this class. Input new object scanner system in now, and we must define private static double. We must have here I will declare instance variable. When you define here the instance variable fields, it means that variable, it will be accessed in all methods that we are going to create. Remember, if one method you need to use in many methods, declare after this class name immediately here declare. We have comment. Declare immediately that variable instance. This is very important. And private static double, we have all. I will declare radius length, height, slant height, private static string. This is the string class. Can you see? Control and mouse here. Can you see? It's string. String class. Geometric name. And now here you can, now the input value, I can define here the input value. Length input from scanner. Next, read this value. Radius input, read this value. It's what was length, radius, high, input, next, double, high, slant high, input, next, double. Read this value and string geometric input, next, double. Here I will print to say input value for length, radius, height, slant height, and geometric figure name. Now we have, can you see this variable length? You can use here length. You must define the class here. Can you see length? Length here, can you see it's highlighted because you can use that instance variable. Now here you does not need to declare the class and to create the new object. Here you can directly access that method of that class without creating the object. And this is the beauty of using this static. Can you see? This is the reason. But here we have used static and here we have used static. If here I have not used the static, it cannot be accessed, this method. It will be problem. And here static, or here if I delete it, I cannot use that method, it will be problem. Now, and here write static. And now here we are to using the setter method. And now the class name, here is the class name. use that class setter set length. No, I like something to do here. Cout to print, to set that value. No, maybe I think it's better in getter method to print that value. I will go. The class name is setter set length setter set high. Here we have high setter class set radius. Sorry, we have radius here. The class set slant high. We have store. This is the class, this is the method. Control in the keyboard and left click of the mouse, and here can you see we are going in this method. This is the method name, and this is the parameter that we are substituting a sign. It will be converted to positive, and it will be stored in this instance variable. Now we are going to create other static method, public static. We have used here void. We are going not to return anything. Here, just to see something. Get array, and here it's to use get, that method. Public static void getter value. This is the name of method. Now this is the class. Here we are going from length, but I like here to use cout to print that value. Get, can you see from this class, get the value from this, it will be returned the length from this method, and that length it will be print. Now the class get high get radius setter get slant high the class get area. I'd like more. It's great. The class get the volume of the cone. Now here can make something is length to know what we are printing. Here is the high. When we use plus, it means that it will print this length, space, and this is the value. Or you can use print. Here you can use print. Here is radius. Specify format, %, 5 number after decimal point, and here is the comma. And you can write this. What method do you like? slant height, and here is plus. This is one line of code. This, can you see? Sorry. Now double quotes is a, here is string we are printing. Area calculated plus add this value, and here is volume plus. Great. You can do this for better seeing. It says you can make space here for to be for good looking. Can you see? Now this is the input value. We have assigned store the value to set here. Here we have getting that value and print, and these methods we must call here in this main class, setter value, and what we have called setter and getter.